Hey guys, I'm Nick.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to The Gray Adventure. This is another quarterly budget update, something that we do on, as you guessed it, a quarterly basis. And this is actually our 5th update.
Right, we are in year 2 now, and you can go back and watch any of our budget videos. They're super popular, I think, because we give the actual numbers of what we've spent each month, and we break it down by category. So our full 1 year update, it was the most recent one, but we've done every quarter along the way. So here we go for year number 2.
Yeah, and so our full year update was really nice because we broke everything down to give you an idea of what a full year actually costs of living on the road with every single expense in there. So make sure you go check that out if you want to know what a full year costs. But this year is going to be our latest quarter, and for us, this is February through April.
Right.
Because that's when we started last year, second week of February. So this year, we're breaking things down. So Rachel's going to give you an update of where we've been.
Yeah, just really briefly where we've been. We'll do a full travel stops along the way update like we usually do. But just really quickly, we started February in Texas. We kind of hung out there and didn't move a lot because we'd been moving quite a bit. We hit New Orleans, and then we hung out in Florida for most of the rest of the time. We kind of zigzagged back and forth around the top in central Florida, and then made it all the way to the Keys. And then
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then we booked it from the Keys up to Northern Virginia in 2 days to be in my hometown, and we've been kind of hanging out there for a little while.
And with that, we also made a quick trip up to Cleveland for the weekend.
Just the two of us made a quick trip into Cleveland. And you made some work trips too, but those do not go into our
work
budget
trips
because they're totally separate.
Counted separately because we expense those. So we're going to start with the month of February. And as we do, we're going to give you the total for the month and then break down how many free days, camping, things like that. So the total for the month of February was $2,791.
Yeah.
That included, unfortunately, 0 free nights of camping.
None.
12 nights of paid camping, and then 16 nights of Thousand Trails. We were in Texas for most of that month. I think we actually stayed at 1,000 Trails, 10 days in a row there before we moved on to the next one. Yeah. So total for rent. So rent is what we count as nights that we pay for camping is $466. Mm-hmm. But then driving through Texas was actually pretty cheap.
Gas dropped so from being in California and out west, and to get to Texas and see, how low were they? They were under $2 in some places.
Yeah, it was
great.
$165 in some places.
And also because we sat still for a little bit longer, we weren't driving as many places.
So $196 for gas.
That's it. That might be our lowest month.
It could
be. Gas. We'll have to go back and take a look. Yeah, groceries that month were also pretty low, $405. But then our eating out in restaurants was a little bit higher at $530. We were in Texas. There's good food there.
Yeah, and we didn't touch on it right at the beginning. Just as a reminder for everybody, we are a family of 4. We have 2 daughters, 10 and 7. We also have a dog. So we have expenses for them as well built into this. This is not just us eating out and spending $400 on groceries on our own.
Yep. Insurance, like usual, is $110, and that includes
vehicle and trailer insurance.
Yep. Our life and entertainment budget was pretty high this month. It was $812.
$812.
That's not
That's right. Because that's when we purchased our tickets for Universal.
Which we did go in February. It was
late February.
We'd made it over to Florida by then. And yes, so $812. That's probably our highest ever. But we ended up buying a 3-day pass to Universal. And you can watch a video of what we did there over those few days. But that was a very big expense. Not typical for us, but it was a 10-year-old's birthday who loves Harry Potter. And it
had to be done.
Yeah, it had to be done.
The next one up is our phone bills. We have a total of 2 phones, but then also a hotspot device with unlimited data for what we use to upload our video and do our work. Total for that was only $120, as it is every month.
For once, we had $0 for the pet. We'd probably already stocked up on pet food, no haircuts that month, and no vet expense. That hit us hard in the last quarter.
In the last quarter, yeah. Parking and tolls, we had tolls going through Texas a little bit, but then also some parking in there as we visited, I think we hit New Orleans as well.
Yeah.
While there. So $25 for parking and tolls. And then health and beauty,
Just,
18 bucks.
Yeah, just things that we have to buy on a regular basis. Yep. So
That brings us to March.
right. So March, our total, do you say total expense first? Is that how this goes?
Yeah, total expense.
Total expense, $2,872 for the month. We had, again, no free camping in March, but we did 14 days paid camping and 17 within the Thousand Trails system. So rent that month was $667. In March, we were at the Full-Time Family Rally, and that's at a Jellystone campground, which those are a little bit higher than we typically pay, but they have tons of amenities for the kids at those sort of resorts. And of course we were going to go. It's the Full-Time Family Rally.
Fuel expenses for that month were a little bit higher, $237. Florida's more expensive for gas than Texas. And then $733 in groceries. And that one hurt.
Yeah.
We stocked up on some good food.
Yeah, we
that
did.
month.
We were, and at the rally, we're only able to shop at like a Winn-Dixie, and yes, and
But
we,
because of that, our restaurant expenses were down to $201. So typically the more we spend on groceries, the less we spend on restaurants, and vice versa. Usually we're averaging about $900, like $850
Total.
to $900 a month on food for the entire family, which isn't extremely high, but it's not low either.
nothing for home and garden, clothes and shoes right around the same, 57. Just girls grow and need new clothes.
$110 on insurance again.
A quick note on insurance. I think we usually mention it in our other videos. That's vehicle insurance and an RV, like he said. We do not pay monthly for health insurance. We have health coverage through the Obamacare, or what's it actually called? Healthcare.gov.
The marketplace.
The marketplace. Yep. So based on our income, we don't have to pay a monthly.
No out-of-pocket expenses
Right.
based off of our credit that we get for that. Though at the end of the year, we did make a little bit more money than we had projected, so we did have to pay.
It was about $380 to pay the difference. So for a full year of being insured, only paying $380 out of pocket is amazing. So we get a lot of questions about how we have healthcare for free. So feel free to ask because we'll give you more details about that. Maybe we should do a video all about that.
I don't know.
Anyway, so that was regular insurance cost.
Life and entertainment, $260 for the month of March, which isn't too bad. That's pretty much average.
Yeah.
And then again, phone bill, $120.
Yeah.
Pet costs went up to $87.
Yeah,
Bella probably got a haircut.
a haircut and some food. That's usually about how it goes. Parking and tolls was at $112.
Those are Florida tolls.
Oh man, we paid a lot of Florida tolls. And actually, I think we just got a bill in the mail for Florida. They may not be in that total cost. There was more than that in Florida, I think.
We'll have to revisit.
We'll have to look at that one again.
I like not having to pay personal income tax in Florida, but they make up for it in the
Oh
tolls.
my gosh. Yeah, and we don't have a Sun Pass, so we're not saving. So
Yeah.
some people with Florida residency will purchase the Sun Pass if they're there regularly or
Yeah,
wintering
there's
there.
a
It's
discount
a little
for
bit of
that,
a discount for that. But
for us, since we're typically not in Florida that often, even though we are Florida residents, it's not worth it for us to do the Sun Pass.
health and beauty that month was $145.
It costs to be beautiful.
I guess it costs to be beautiful that month. Maybe I have no idea. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. All right. So
On to April, and this month here is actually almost our most. I think it's tied for our most expensive month, and there's a couple different reasons for this. So total for the month of April was $3,864. Free camping nights, we had 9 of those. 14 nights of paid camping, and then 7 nights of Thousand Trails. And unfortunately, we've let our Thousand Trails membership lapse, and we're not going to be able to use that anymore. But typically with Thousand Trails, we didn't mention this again. We're doing a bad job at that.
we are doing a bad job.
Our
Watch
Thousand
other
Trails-
ones; they're way better.
We do count our Thousand Trails into our monthly camping
Yes.
expenses. We had the full year membership, and we divided it by 12 and spread it across the 12
Yeah, so
months.
it's about $72 each month that we put
Yep.
into our rent. fees. And also in that rent is I put laundry in that category. Was there anything else we put in? I put laundry in there because that's kind of an expense for that.
So $680 for rent, and that was mainly due to the keys.
Yeah, well, we
being a
were.
little bit
I mean,
more expensive.
only 1 week in Thousand Trails, so we were paying.
Yeah.
Yeah, for camping spots. But yes, the Keys was probably our biggest expense. We did 2 full weeks at a full hookup campground in the Keys, which
State park.
Yep, which was great.
The state park, but they're still expensive because there's few and far between down there.
Right.
Fuel for that month, and this was us driving mainly from the Keys all the way up to
Yes.
Virginia,
Yes.
also going to Cleveland for a weekend, and then back $573.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gas.
Yeah. But from the Keys to Northern Virginia was like 1,100 miles. So
Yeah.
yeah, when the faster you move, the more you pay in gas for sure.
And then groceries was actually the same exact expense for gas as it was for groceries. $573 for groceries, and then $419 for restaurants and eating out. Home and Garden, $19, and Home and Garden is the category inside the app that we use, and that's typically anything pertaining to the RV itself. I can't remember what we
I
spent
think we
tonight.
put propane in there. So I don't know.
Yeah, that could be
I
a
think
propane
propane
tank.
goes in
Yep.
there.
No, it's been a long time since we filled up on propane, since it hasn't been cold.
Yeah, it's getting warmer. Nothing for clothing that month. Didn't need anything new. Insurance again the same, $110. Life and entertainment, $248. Again, we were hanging out in Florida. There was Space Coast.
Yeah, and in there, I think maybe it was the previous month we went to the Kennedy Space Center, but then when we were down in the Keys, we went to the Turtle Hospital.
Turtle Hospital. We ate at some really cool restaurants. We were just out doing. So we went snorkeling
we went
and
snorkeling.
kayaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just a lot to do.
Those were fun days.
$248 for life entertainment that month.
$120 for our phone bills again. $6 for the pet,
Wow, that's a weird number. Okay.
and then $69 for parking and tolls again to get out of Florida.
And it's possible we may not have received the bills for some of those additional fees, so that could be a little bit higher. Health and beauty was $233. That's because it was my birthday, and I got a haircut. I haven't had a haircut in over a year, probably. I went to a curl.
The most expensive.
I went to a
haircut
curl
ever.
specialist. So, that was my one gift was a great haircut. So, but it was not $233. So apparently we also needed to just stock up on other things as well.
You bought extra shampoos.
I did buy some extra shampoos. That is true.
But the real kicker here was $793 for vehicle maintenance. And that was for our truck. We went in, did a usual oil change, which we do every 3,000 miles. But then we also did a tune-up and kind of cleaned out the whole thing. There was a couple things that needed to be replaced. But yeah, $793. And that's the only tune-up we did all year long.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I mean, not all year. That was 15 months. So $793 for that spread across the full year really doesn't come down to much per month.
No, I mean, last year the other big expense was replacing brake pads. But our Nissan Titan is doing great. People ask us a lot, how does that little thing tow your trailer? We made sure our trailer's the right weight, and it's working out great for us. We hear a lot of people have truck issues, and now that I've said this, I hope nothing happens. Our little truck's been good to us.
So total for the last 15 months, that brings us to $43,325. It is a chunk of money, but it's actually that was loud.
We have a notification.
It's every single expense that we've had as a family over the last 15 months. So that inclues everying.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
we've seen all the categories, and that's all of it.
The good thing is we make more money than that, so
we're still putting money away.
We're still putting money away in the bank and for rainy days. So our recommendation is always to make sure you live within your means. There are expenses to be paid. Living on the road can be cheap. It's not necessarily cheap if you're out doing things and having fun. So I hope this gives you guys a better idea of what full-time RV life costs. As I mentioned before, go back and watch our full year video to give you an idea of what the full year breakdown is for each one of our categories, because that's really insightful as to where your money is actually going throughout the year.
Yeah. Or, I mean, for us, it's, again, just an example of how a family of 4 lives on the road, and how we've done it. And then you can make adjustments based on what you're doing or what you're hoping to do if you're wanting to get out on the road soon. Hopefully, again, these numbers, actual numbers, are helpful for you to find out if you can do this financially. So, is that it?
That's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do have questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below.
He's the one who answers.
I answer
he answers everything.
all of them, or most of them.
Yeah.
So please let us know if you have questions. More than happy to help out, because I know there's a lot of questions about what this lifestyle actually entails as far as money goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with friends or family who might be interested as well. And we hope to see you on the road.